Good afternoon and welcome to IWL 2 action. It's the fourth match of Group C at Sessa Academy ground as NorthEast United take on Tungabhadra FC. Both these sides playing their second game of this league, and it was a good start for Tungabadra 2-2 draw versus the experienced Mumbai Knights who've played in this competition before. But for NorthEast United, a horrific first game, losing 12 goals to nil versus Liberty Ladies. They'll try to bounce back from that one in this encounter. Referee Pooja S is in charge today. She's assisted by Shivani Sharma and Pinky Pandey. Neetu Rana is the fourth official. Match commissioner for today is Francisco Fernandez. And my name is Liam. I'll be taking you through the 90 minutes here in Goa. The skippers meet. Rekha for NorthEast United. Stepping up. And the captain is K. Durga for Tungabadra FC. So that's what we have in store for you today, match 4 in Group C. 3 groups of 5 teams each in the IWL. The top 2 go to the final round and then 2 get promoted. Let's take a look at the lineups for NorthEast United. Pushpanjali, Ilabinta, Nisha, Albina, Mariana, Rekha, Suhena, Doshmi, Anushka, Pooja and Sunita between the sticks. They're led by Jeevan Jayaraj, the coach. And for Tungabadra, Anusha, Arshia, Anvita, Durga Mandala, Nandini, Aruna, Almas, Vandana Reddy, Guti Raja, and Saravanan. Dada Khalandar is their head coach. A few changes to the lineup. As you see, the substitutes as well for NorthEast United. And for Tungabadra FC, Anvita and Nandini scoring for Tungabadra in the last game. No goals for NorthEast, but they'll try to get there first today. So just a few seconds left before these two sides kick off their second match of the campaign each. Already 8 out of 30 games finished in the IWL 2 opening stage. And as the clock strikes 4, we'll kick off at the Sessa Academy ground. There we go. NorthEast United take on Tungabadra FC. Live in this IWL 2 fixture. Wasting no time, Durga plays it long for Tungabadra, who we've seen in the first game versus Mumbai Knights like to attack. NorthEast United did a lot of defending against Liberty Ladies and could only get couldn't get any goals, could only concede 12, unfortunately for them. A few tactics have to change, and the performance has to be a lot better today. Northeast United men's team, of course, play in the Indian Super League. And this is the women's team's first league outing in terms of competitive tournaments. Nisha goes for a ball down the line. There's nobody home though. Not much of a chase either from Suhena. And now they take a shot from a distance. It's a decent one. It's hit the crossbar. On the rebound, they might have a chance. And within the first 90 seconds, it's Northeast United who almost get the opener. What a chance that was. What a strike, actually, I think, from Pooja. Almost catching out the likes of Boya Anusha. Yes, it was Pooja. Would have been the strike of this competition so far. It was dipping. And Boya Anusha, I don't think, got anything on it. And on the rebound, two Northeast United players converged, but none of them could judge the bounce properly. That would have been an amazing strike. And we've seen some good goals already in this competition. On the other hand, though, the other side of the field, Tungabadra FC have their first corner. They cross it in, punched away by Pushpanjali. Towards the edge of the area now. One back in the midfield and not the best of passes. So quick chance for Northeast United in the opening minutes. Can they build on that though? And this could be an opening. But Pushpanjali reads it pretty quickly before the shot could come away. Need to play out from the back here. Back to Pushpanjali. Doesn't want to take any chances. She clears. First header won quite comfortably there by Guti Venkataraja. Here's Nandini. Tries to turn, gets a bit of a push. And referee Pooja decides it's going to be a foul. Almost rattled by that initial strike where Tungabadra FC didn't really expect that maybe. But now Durga with the delivery and she scored it. She goes for the direct free kick and gets the first goal of the game. Pushpanjali could not judge it. And a special strike from Durga to get Tungabadra FC the lead in the first 5 minutes, and it's their number 5. That should have been stopped by the keeper. But great presence of mind to see the keeper off her line and to go for the chip successfully. And it's already the first goal conceded of the game for Northeast United. K. Durga. He's the goal scorer. Made some good passes in the last matchup versus Mumbai Knights. That was such a competitive game. Really good football on show. Nice turn. Opening out towards the right hand side, and it has been played towards Guti. Just overruns it, but then wins it back. Here's Nandini. She scored a great goal in that first game. Going for another long ball there was Mandala. Doesn't work out. Should be a foul from behind. And as I mentioned in the previous game, such a proud moment for Tungabadra FC coming from Andhra Pradesh, the first women's team from Andhra Pradesh to play in a national league such as the Indian Women's League 2. That's a nice ball through. Northeast can get an equalizer here, but Durga is everywhere. She gets in just about at the nick of time and played away for a corner, the first of the game for Northeast United. Need to stay positive, need to keep attacking. This corner's taken, looks for a header, it's just over the top. Very good delivery from Anushka. We're at the Sesa Academy ground in Goa, one of the hotbeds of Indian football, of course. That's a nice ball through. Again, keeper comes for it. Chance for a chip, maybe. But then the defense does well. Loose ball should be picked up by a Northeast player. In fact, it has gone all the way out. Well left by Doshmi. Was a frustrating show for Northeast United and their coach Jivan Jairaj. 12 goals from the Liberty Ladies. And Liberty Ladies drew 1-1 to Sesa Football Academy today. So that was a close game. We've seen a couple of draws in this particular group. Group C, that is. That's a decent ball into the channel. Pooja takes it towards the right flank. And does really well to skip past and goes for the cross, but it will go only for a goal kick. Pooja can't keep this one in play, and almost 10 minutes played. A couple of chances here and there. Two good chances actually for Northeast United. TFC getting the better of them. And now they could get a second decent ball through. Pushpanjali does a great job to read that ball and clears it away. Time for a throw now. Nothing really coming off it. Trying to play out from the back here, TFC. And that's nice. Ball into the center, but not really picked up too well. Doshmi keeps going, gets a challenge, and will get a free kick in a very good position. Oops. Basically, her back or her head hitting the ball in the ground. Hopefully, she'll be fine to continue. Be interesting to see who takes this one. Looks like it's going to be Doshmi herself. Is Pooja not in the reckoning after taking a really good shot from a distance before this? Doesn't look like it. Anushka and Doshmi will be taking it. Or one of them rather will be taking it. Three women in the wall. A left footer would have been able to curl it around, but both are right footers. It's Doshmi. Tries to go under the wall, doesn't really help the cause. Needed to go over and make the goalkeeper stretch. Anushka does well to win it back. And that's a lovely ball by Albina for Pooja, who gets the nutmeg and has an opportunity to cross it or shoot. She does shoot. Maybe the cross was the better option, but she pulls off a wonderful nutmeg in the bargain. A good save from Boya Anusha. At the first post, you expect her to make that, but Suhena was free for the cutback or the ball across the face of goal. Pooja at the heart of it all. Takes the corner. Good delivery. And this should be the equalizer. No, she's missed it. What an opportunity. Suhena, who was asking desperately for the initial cross, gets this one courtesy of a bit of a deflection. It fell to her very quickly. It's not so easy to sort out your feet so in such short notice. Albina got there early too. Didn't want to go for the header. It was basically a free header, and Pushpa has created 3-4 chances on her own in the first 13 minutes. That's a good challenge coming in, but Nandini will keep going. Gets herself a throw. Bit of a stoppage here. Time for the players to tie their laces for some reason. As one of the NorthEast players, I think, went down, receiving a bit of treatment. Another ball over the top. Durga should deal with it. Leaves it to Boya Anusha. That's a nice ball through, but intercepted. Looking for another. Intercepted again. Bit of a slip there from Doshmi. Almost 15 minutes played. TFC with the lead. That's another shot taken. Very well gathered by Pushpanjali. In fact, from Sunita Chetri, I beg your pardon. She's the goalkeeper. Wearing number 99. And Sunita Chetri, after being chipped early on in the game, is quite brave to stay out of her line. Here's Pooja, who's shown a lot of bravery moving forward. Looks for the 1-2, doesn't get it from Albina, who's gone down. Hopefully she'll be fine. Now this could be a chance for TFC. A 2-on-2 opportunity. Ball is played through. Nandini can shoot. Very well defended. Just in the nick of time. TFC again with a shot, and it could bounce over. Sunita, who's way off her line once again. Maybe one of the coaches can have a word with her. Another ball over the top. This time, when the ball is so far out, you can stay off your line. That's important. But when the players are within shooting range, that's when you move slightly behind. So Sunita dealing with that particular delivery well. Another chance for TFC, looking to make it two within the first 20 minutes. Cleared away though. Pooja does well to get past the defender. Has an opportunity to pass but decides not to. She's got to release a little earlier there. That's a nice ball into the channel, but Sunita does well again. Couldn't really keep that under control for Suhena, who's had a good chance. Cut inside here from Guti, who's quite involved in this first half. Another ball around the corner. Not easy. When they're passing out through the midfield, it's a lot better from TFC's point of view, rather than just hitting and hoping. Time for a throw down the line from Ilabinta. Doesn't go too far though. She needs to head that away. She does. Initially a good touch from Aruna, but she couldn't move forward with it. TFC are slowly taking control of this game, and they could get the second. They should get the second. That's a wonderful finish. Anvita gets her second of the campaign. The defense and goalkeeper not really convincing there. And once again, Sunita comes off her line and doesn't really make the save that she's supposed to. 2-0 to Tungabadra FC. NorthEast United need to be careful that they don't suffer another big scoreline.
Goal scorer, Tungabadra FC, jersey number 4.
Another ball which is pretty aimless, should be collected by Boya Anusha. That's a nice ball, but should be dealt with by Ilabinta. In fact, she can't deal with it. Guti plays it backwards and then gets it back again. Goes for a cross, decent delivery. The headers just away. Oh, that's not the best of goal kicks. Chance to shoot. Straight to Sunita. She almost spills it. And we've already seen Nandini score an absolute cracker in the first game versus Mumbai Knights. 20 minutes and in cruise control are TFC, although they could have conceded two. That's why Northeast United have to take their chances. Had they taken them, it might have been a different story. And now they have another opportunity. Need to make the most of it. Not the best of passes though. They still have it. Puja goes for a cross and doesn't really test the TFC defense. Those deliveries need to be slightly better. She's the only one causing a bit of trouble for the TFC defense, even though not on that occasion. Of course, they are a relatively, or actually a new side. Both these teams are pretty new, playing their first proper competition. Anushka turns well. Glimpses of promise though from the Northeast players. Another decent ball in. Can't be met by the run of Suhena. Good defensive work there though from Rekha, who is the skipper. That's a decent turn, trying to keep possession but not able to. Mariana couldn't get on the end of that pass from Pooja. Bit of space down the right now, looking for the overlapping run. Nandini cuts inside, only has options backwards. Guti, and then a shot which results in more of a pass. Not the best of clearances again. Northeast need to be better with that. Reverse ball doesn't work out. Pushpanjali gets there. Albina. It's a crossfield ball herself but can't find a teammate. Good stuff in the center of the park there from Mandala, who basically dictates the tempo. Northeast United need something to cheer about. Can they get their first goal today? Well, they have a bit of defending to do. That's a poor challenge. A late one coming in, but the ball was already gone. The ref doesn't give it. Anusha. Crossfield ball doesn't work. Albina has it, plays it to Pooja. Back to Albina. Poor touch from her though. And that's a nice move from Arishia. Just a quick dribble to get herself away from the opponent. And the same can be said about Mandala. Nice touch. TFC look to get their third. Chance for a cross maybe. Nandini gets it back to her. And then she crosses and Sunita deals with it. That's given away by Pooja. And those crossfield balls haven't really found the markers they're looking for. Not yet, at least. Oh, that's a lovely turn. Mariana tries to skip past but can't. That was a good turn from Suhena to start that move. Going in confidence slowly but surely, Northeast United need to get a goal before TFC can get their third, though. That's unfortunate. Just hits the back of the striker. And again, the ball lost by Doshmi. Now the ball over the top doesn't really find the attacker. And now there will be a bit of space for Pooja. No, there won't. She won't get there in time. So lots of action coming your way in the IWL 2. Five teams in three groups each. Group A has Suruchi Sangha, Garhwal United, SAG Football Academy, Krida Prabodhini from Pune, and football club 2M. Good connection there from Sunita. In Group B, you've got the likes of Kasa Barwani, Indian Arrows Women Junior, Interkashi, Puduva Unicorns, and Roots FC. And Group C, where these two teams are Liberty Ladies, Tungabhadra, Mumbai Knights, Sesa Football Academy, and Northeast United. A bit of a foul there on Arshia. So out of those three groups, 6 will progress to the final group stage, and top 2 will go into the Indian Women's League. This is the second edition of the IWL. And in the first edition, Sri Bhumi and Neeta FA, who played yesterday, in fact, ironically, in the Indian Women's League, were promoted. And they are doing so well. They're battling for third position actually in the Indian Women's League. So it just goes to show how important a step forward from the IWL can be. Time for a cooling break now in this particular fixture. 2-0 to Tungabadra FC. But Northeast have had a couple of chances. They need to progress up the pitch slightly better. Hot conditions in Goa. So a bit of hydration required. But we'll be all set for the last 15 minutes of this first half. Time for the coaches to have a word. Jeevan Jairaj there, along with Sharja Dususo, the manager. And for TFC, they've got the head coach as Dada Kalandar, and V. Kanchana is the team manager, so they are also having a word. So we resume. 15 minutes to play. Can Northeast United at least pick up one goal? Well, they have to do some defending for now. Here come Tungabadra FC once again. Opportunity to shoot, but it's been put wide. Didn't really help her cause there in making a better angle for herself. But a clash between three of those Northeast United players. At least it worked. They managed to stop the third goal from going in. Looks like a couple of the players have come off pretty bad with that one. A bit of treatment required, and then we'll be set to go. Time for a corner, in fact. So good defensive work at the end of it all. Nandini will take the corner. Bit of pinball in the box, and another cross comes in. Cleared away. But a good block in the center, not allowing any sort of a counter attack to brew for Northeast United. Nilabinta with the throw. Doshmi loses possession. It was nicely dealt with by Almas. There's Doshmi again. And again, this time with the header. Nandini tries to win the ball back. It is a good challenge. Ilabinta can't play the ball into the space like she was looking. Anvita with a bit of hold up play. And Pooja will try to move forward. Attempted the nutmeg, which doesn't work out this time round though. We're in Goa at Chessa Academy ground, host of Group C in this Indian Women's League. Action coming thick and fast on the Indian Football YouTube channel. As we look for the next two teams who will go into the IWL. Goes for a shot, and that's an absolute cracker. TFC get their third, and it's a wondrous strike from far, far out. My word, what a hit this is. Once again, Sunita Chetri caught off her line, and this is becoming a bit of an issue for her. But take nothing away from the strike. And just like that, it's 3-0 to TFC. Two really good goals from a distance. Even if the keeper is off their line, you still have to chip it with the precision, with the power. It has to dip at the right time. Wonderful strike. And now another good through ball looking for four. Shot comes in, good save from Sunita, and it was Mandala who attempted a strike in the first game from a distance. This time she scores. Wonderful goal.
ఇట్లొత్తుంది అన్న
How much more can Northeast United take? We have to defend another one. Cross comes in. Keeper takes it well. She's got to just stay on her line. From a Sunita Chetri point of view, that's a nice turn. Nandini gets a bit of space. Can she shoot? Nandini does shoot, but well saved by Sunita, who's making all the good saves. But is only being caught out by those shots from a long range. Northeast need to keep it to 3 and not anymore. Even if it's not a hope of coming back into the game, at least it won't be as bad as a 12-0 loss, which was such a spirit dampener in their first bout. Not sure what took place there. Will be a throw again though for Northeast United. Nisha Baro throws it down the line for Pooja, tries to cross it. Will go out for a goal kick, nothing to it. Options on the bench for Northeast United if they want to make changes. Pushpa, Durga, Nirupama, CM, Indira, Sheila and Dolly on their bench. 4 of them are forwards. Here come TFC again, looking for number 4. Chance to shoot from a distance again. They've done it again. But that's a great save from Sunita. And then cleared away. TFC's shooting capacity has been on the grandest of displays today. They try for another, but this one is wide. But that being said, Sunita also making some good saves. Yes, she's been chipped a couple of times. Those were beyond her reach. That's not about shot stopping. That's more about placement, positioning, reading of the game. As she plays, she will brush up on all of those too. Four minutes to play in the end of the first half. Here's Durga pulling all the strings. Bit of an awkward ball there with the bounce, taking it away from the player. Nandini can't shoot. Challenge comes in there from Doshmi, and that was a bit too ambitious from the likes of Guti. Rekha couldn't really get away. Somehow manages to put it out for a throw. Now she's gone down, injured in fact. A bit of treatment will be offered by the physio. Looks like a bit of a knock to the back there. Hopefully she'll be fine. Here are the stats: 4 shots for Northeast United, 2 on target, 10 for Tungabadra, 8 on target. I don't think that's a shot, that's more of a cross which fizzles out. Pushpanjali will take the goal kick. They'll be wishing for half time to come quickly here, Northeast United. They've done a lot of defending. That's another poor goal kick. But the rescue act there from Albina. Looking for a cross now, but there's nobody in the box. You've got to either wait for somebody to make it to the box or don't cross it. There's no point. Into the final minute of the first half we go. There will be a bit of added time courtesy of the injuries. A bit of a slip there from Nandini. Doshmi plays it away only as far as another blue shirt in the form of Almas. Holds on to possession well, and TFC have become a lot more composed on the ball. They do have more time, of course. Pooja's coming to the center now, which I don't think is a bad idea. That's a nice turn. Shot doesn't come away though, and here comes Sunita. She's been beaten once and then twice, and the shot is over the top. That was quite fortunate for the striker.
Add on time, 3 minutes.
So 3 minutes at the end of the first half. And 3 goals for Tungabadra FC. Northeast United did have a chance to get the lead early on, but they didn't take it. Here's Nandini, and that should be 4. Good goal line clearance, or rather a block off the line. Looked like it had goal number 4 written all over it. Roshmi looks for the pass and actually finds the pass. Here's a chance. Pooja goes for the cross. Where was the run though? The run was made earlier by Suhena. Not on the same wavelength there. The striker and the right winger. Good interception by Albina. Mariana plays it through. Albina gets it back. That's Nisha. They've somehow lost possession. That's a decent ball through, but the offside flag against Suhena. Anushka was looking for her there. Nice turn from Mandala. Plays the ball through. So good setup. Keeper counts for it and gets a valuable touch. Sunita has been busy. That's a very good outing, which has been her strong point today, but has also been a bit of a kryptonite when the shots have come out from a distance. They might take another one here. No, they don't. But the last 5-10 minutes have been better from Northeast United, trying to progress a bit better. Bit of strapping to that knee for Ilabinta. 3 minutes have been played at the end of this half in terms of the stoppage time. Another shot taken over the top. That sums up the game in a nutshell in the first half. Great strikes from TFC, mostly from a long range. But Northeast United had a couple of chances, couldn't take it, and that was the issue. Durga, Anvita, and Mandala on the score sheet for the side from Andhra Pradesh. So, time to take a look at a bit of the highlights. Pooja with a great attempt, set the tone actually for the long rangers today. Hit the crossbar, would have been probably the best of the lot. Then, how about this from Durga? Saw the keeper off her line and beautifully nestled that under the crossbar. Then there was a free kick opportunity for Doshmi, and Pooja herself took another shot. Great save by Boya Anusha. Pooja with another delivery, bit of a deflection, and it fell to Suhena, who couldn't steer it towards the back of the net. But then a couple more chances. They also got their second of the game. And Mandala with an absolute beauty over the top. Before that, Anvita got the second. This is a good save again. A couple of decent ones from Sunita and another as they kept taking the opportunities to the opponents. More possession and shots on target from Tungabadra. 13 shots, 9 on target, which means 6 saves from Sunita. 5 shots from Northeast United and 3 on target. No cards so far, a few fouls here and there, 2 corners to Northeast and 3 to Tungabadra. But for now, it is 3-0 to Tungabadra FC, as Northeast will need something special to try and come back from this triple goal deficit. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back shortly after this break with the second half. Welcome back to second half action in the Indian Women's League 2. Couple of changes on the cards by the looks of it for Tungabadra FC. Janani Thopur and Boya Dasari Anita are coming on, the number 8 and 2. Three goals to the good for Tungabadra FC, but they're still making
Substitution,
a couple of
Tungabadra FC.
changes, getting some players some
Jersey
game
number
time,
14, replacing. Jersey number 2, replacing jersey number 14.
and one that already is off for them. That's one of the people replaced.
Substitution, Tungabadra FC. Jersey number 8, Boya Dasri Anita, replacing jersey number 4, Anvita Raguraman.
And Anvita's also off. She scored 2 goals in 2 games. Time for a bit of a rest for her. What a first half for TFC. Durga, the skipper, with a fantastic free kick, and then a few more good shots from a distance. Here they come down the right hand side. Nandini with a bit of a chase. She gets the final touch. It should be a goal kick. In fact, it isn't. The final touch is off the defender. Rekha. It will be a corner called by the assistant on the far side. So a corner to start off the second half. Opportunity, but the whistle has gone before everything else. Quite a few blue shirts in the area. And a good outing again from Sunita. There was a foul spotted by the ref. Nice touch there by Shujan Sri. Haven't seen too much of her. Has had a quiet game. Here's Mandala, who never has a quiet game. Looks for a long ball. A decent one. Keeper comes out. There was a bit of contact. Had she gone down, I think it would have been a penalty. But unfortunately for Sunita, I think it was a bit of a foot to the head. Good pace there from Anita. Yeah, it was a knee to the head. That's a painful one. She stays down. Brave goalkeeping, but slightly risky to her own health. Those are the ones which are really tough to get up from. So a bit of treatment again. It's been a busy day for the physio. And it's a busy next few days in the IWL too. Matches tomorrow as well. In fact, there was a game this morning, as I said, in Group C. Liberty Ladies drawing 1-1 to Sessa Football Academy. Tomorrow at 9 a.m. in Takashi, take on Casa Barwani Soccer Club. In the morning, game in Group B, and then the Indian Arrows women take on Puduvai Unicorns at 4 p.m. Five teams in each group, 3 groups, and the top 2 go through to the final round, which will also be another league stage. Here's Pooja with a bit of pace down the right hand side. Gets the better of the defender. Cuts inside. Here's Pooja. Couldn't get the shot away. Too much eventually for her, but she has been a live wire for Northeast United. A bit of a clash there. Which way does the referee give it? She gives it Albina's way. A bit of a sandwich there from both the blue shirts. If this was a Tungabhadra free kick, then there's no guessing what they would have done from here. They would have tried to chip it. Doshmi looks like she is the designated free kick taker. The first one wasn't the best. She lines herself up. Doshmi with a better free kick this time. Gets a bit of dip on it, but Boya Anusha was there to cover. Learned a lesson from the first game. Got beaten from a distance from really good goals. Especially the one from Divya from Mumbai Knights. That was a good strike though. Good pressure here. A bit of pace being shown. Challenge comes in. And Sunita gets her first touch after that injury scare. Boya Dasari Anita showing that pace. And that's why she's been brought on in the second half. To put the afterburners on. To put this game away from Northeast United's reach. Now there's a bit of space. Sohena plays it wide to Doshmi. Left-footed delivery. And doesn't really move towards goal. She slipped in the bargain. In Group A, there are also games taking place. SAG Football Academy won today versus Football Club 2M. Mandala plays that through. Good defensive work by Nisha. Needs to clear though. A bit of a talking to here between Nisha and Anita. And currently, Garhwal United playing Suruchi Sangha in Group A. So a couple of games for you to watch. Launched there by Rekha. Put into a bit of a channel, well defended. And Albina almost kept it in play. In fact, she did, but then the trailing foot took it over the line. No luck going the Northeast United players' way. That's a fantastic touch forward. Aruna has lots of space. She goes for the cross towards the second post. Oops, that's got to be painful. Just about misses the goal frame. In fact, I think it just kissed the post. What a great touch to evade the challenge from Rekha. And a delightful ball in from Aruna. Look at this. Almost met the header, did Anita. In fact, she went running straight into the back of the net. That's not the way you want to hit the back of the net. Hopefully she's okay. Running into the net, never an easy bit of pain to take. But what a lovely move from Aruna. Speaking of which, here's Pooja. Albina lets it run, plays it through. That's a good idea. But Mariana didn't read that particular ball. Taken down well by Anushka. Albina gets it back. But it went through her legs. Straight to Anushka again. But will fall to a blue shirt. And now cleared away. An awkward one. Pooja tries to get there, but it's headed initially by Arshia. Albina again, who's been very active in the second half. All 9 minutes of it. Anushka. Back to Albina. The midfield stringing together some passes. Advantage played by the ref. There was a handball involved. And there will be space if they can play it towards that wing again for Aruna. Mariana gets an important touch. Albina plays it wide. This is better from Northeast United. Doshmi to Lingdo. They're keeping more possession. Maybe this was discussed at halftime in terms of tactics. Well, won back again by Anushka, but can't find Pooja. Arshia with that interception. And the ball down the line is also met with another interception. 3 goals to the good for Tungabadra FC. They need to just see this game through. They don't need to win by 12 goals to nil like Liberty Ladies. That's another ball through. Keeper's very lucky that she got there first, but it was offside anyway. Up against Anita. She is very quick, which actually means that she needs to stay on side, then she'll get the ball easily anyway. Rekha launches it. Northeast not taking any chances from the back, just launching it long and then looking to rebuild. Beautifully done by Anushka, but then the final pass wasn't the best. Mariana, wonderful turn herself. She's very skillful as well. Looking for a crossfield ball now. Doshmi should keep it in. Yes, she does. Anushka is with her. Doshmi goes for the left-footed ball, but it's a poor one. Now a bit of a counter-attack possibly. But Nandini has been stopped. But Nandini won't be stopped when she starts running quickly. The ball just got lost behind her. Time for another cross in. The bounce helps Sunita scores. Another good claim though. This is the 4th game of Group C. 10 games in total in this group. Each team has to play 4 matches. And next up for Northeast United, day after tomorrow, they play Sessa Football Academy right here in Sessa's home ground at 9 a.m. That's going to be a tough one. Sessa Football Academy doing so well in the go and game in terms of their men's team, and the football is really improving from the women's point of view as well, and the junior teams. Time for a corner though. And Tungabadra have a bit of a break. In 4 days' time, they take on Sessa Football Academy themselves. So both these sides playing Sessa next. Pooja with the corner towards the first post. Nandini with the clearance. And this could be a chance for Northeast United. Anushka tries to finish it. She can't. They've practiced chipping so much, they've almost chipped their own keeper there. Brilliant challenge from Rekha. Almost smashes it into the camera. What a challenge from her. Nandini needed to be careful with the clearance there. And that is rapid pace, even in slow motion from Anita, but Rekha needed to time that tackle to perfection. Almost an hour played at Sessa Academy ground in Goa. Hasn't been as easy as the first half for TFC. That being said, they could have a chance now. Not the best of shots though. Saravanan on her left foot, she wasn't really comfortable with it. And now Nandini tries to skip past. Rekha did well actually to push her wide. Another cross comes in. Sunita collects calmly. It's a poor challenge, a late one after losing possession there from Albina. Good challenge again from Anushka in the center. Albina with the crossfield ball. Doshmi will not reach it. Last season was the first edition of the Indian Women's League. We had a similar format, 5 teams in 3 groups. And it was Sri Bhumi from Bengal and Neeta FA from Odisha who got promoted. There's another cross. And then eventually it's taken. And incidentally enough, Sri Bhumi and Neeta FA were both in the same group in the initial group stage, and then they both topped the final group just ahead of the likes of Garhwal United. All of the other teams who made it to the final round are playing again this season. Garhwal United, Puduvai Unicorns, 2M and SAG Football Academy. That will be offside. So a chance for these sides to try and make it into the IWL and follow in the footsteps of Sri Bhumi and Neeta FA, who are both doing so well in the IWL, fighting for third spot behind East Bengal and Gokulam Kerala. A great title race taking place as well in the IWL. Indian football in the women's sector is really flourishing. Some good international results too. And a very high quality Rajmata Jijabai Trophy, the nationals for the women's. Called a few games there. Lots of talent in different states. But this gives an opportunity to the players to play with teammates from other states in the same club format. Of course, football well renowned for their leagues and the club format. A bit of space here. Lots of space actually. A well worked move for TFC. And that's a great save, but on the rebound, it's been put wide. Wonderful save from Sunita Chetri in a one-on-one situation. It opened up very kindly to Nandini of all people. She is lethal in front of goal, but not this time. She is set up nicely by Saravanan. But Sunita Chetri, the star of that particular show. Here comes Anushka. There's still only 3 goals ahead here. TFC, there could have been a lot more. And 20 minutes almost played in the second half. Northeast United have been a lot better. Rekha comes in with another crunching challenge. But Doshmi can't keep it in play. Another cross. Nothing works out though.
सांग रे मारुती.
Few of the Group B games taking place in Bangalore, whereas Group A and C games taking place in Goa. And the fact that you have 15 teams participating in the IWL 2 means that there's so much of scope, and lots of more teams will be created. Lots of the ISL men's teams will make their women's teams. Another cross comes in, this time it's wide, just like the likes of Northeast United. Time for a change now in between the sticks. Kaluvapalli Vanella will come on in place of Boya Onusha, who keeps a clean sheet and does a really good job today. Another change for TFC, double one for them. Nandini has to come off. She will be replaced by Marapa Shamita. Rekha goes for the ball towards Pooja and finds her. Some positives, of course, for Northeast United, even though they look like they will
Tungabadra
get
FC.
another loss,
Jersey
the
number
second
1
straight defeat, but
being
it's all
replaced by
about
jersey number Anusha being
building
replaced by
for
jersey
the
number
future.
21 Vanilla.
A bit of space opening up here in behind,
Jersey number
but
18
again, good
Anusha
defensive
being
work. This
replaced
time, I
by
think,
jersey
by
number 7
Pushpanjali.
Sushmita. Jersey number 9 Nandini being replaced by jersey number 22 Shamita.
Loose touch there. So, as I was saying, it's just the first competitive league that the Northeast United side are playing. They will get better as things progress. The main thing is to field the team and to gain the experience at this level. That's what they're doing. That's a lovely turn and cross. Sunita claims as always. Halfway through the second, Albina with a poor pass. In fact, it was very well read by Anita, who won it back. Sushmita's also come on for Tungabadra. She's been really quick down that right hand side. Or can be really quick, rather. Trying to play out from the back here. No real options. That's a bit fortunate to fall to a red shirt. Good challenge there from Durga. Not allowing any space. In fact, she wins the free kick too, because it was Suhena who made the challenge after that.
मारुती वो क्या हमरे
Mandala Anusha.
के जीता.
Don't think she's going to shoot from here. Puts it into a dangerous position. Well cleared. And TFC come back with it again. Looking for their first win of the campaign, of course. Looking for goal number 4 too. That's a wonderful nutmeg. She needs to get it back. Now the shot comes in. It's a bit of a chip. I think it's hit the post again, not the crossbar,
सांग मारे
but the upright. That same left post denying them twice. And Puja with a bit of space, but good defensive work there by Janani, who was also a second half substitute. Nisha's throw, and then eventually it is has gone out. Can the Northeast United get their first goal of the campaign? It's all about the firsts in this edition for these two teams. Nisha goes for the pass. Bit of a battle there between Mariana, but she loses out to Aruna. Nice pass down the line. Battle of the pace. What a challenge from Rekha. Incredible recovery from the Northeast United skipper. What a pacey battle between her and Boya Anita. Aruna looks for the shot. It's blocked. Might get a second bite of the cherry, but she plays it back to Mandala, who shoots again. Sunita's in the right position this time. Unless it was hit with a bit more power. She does the same with her kick away. And as I said, there have been positives for Northeast United. Some good saves from Sunita. Rekha with some incredible challenges. The midfield has played some good passes. Pooja has been superb. Anushka and Albina have also been good. Toshmi has moved around well. Mariana has made some passes. It's just about getting those finishing touches. They could have had 3-4 goals. And the defense maybe needs to tighten up a bit in terms of positioning and structure. And from TFC's point of view, what a match. And what a move again. Down the right they go. Options in the center. Cutback is made, and that is a poor miss. All the time in the world. And the whole second post open. Taken too quickly by Aruna. And she is packing with a bit of confidence. But she misses that one. A bit of a technical issue there. We're back here at Sessa Academy ground. Sorry for that. But still 15 minutes to go. And a 3-0 loss won't be the worst for Northeast United if they can hold on to this particular scoreline, maybe get a goal. And I said earlier, it's about the firsts in this particular league for these two teams. The first point won by Tungabhadra FC in the last game, and it looks like maybe the first win for them in their short history. The pride of Andhra Pradesh at the moment, the first women's team from the state to take part in a national league. Lots of football development taking place in Andhra Pradesh. They even hosted the Super Cup, which was a success for the men's sides. And now to see a side from there playing like this is amazing. It'll give them a lot of pride. Of course, the Northeast, on the other hand, has been a hotbed of Indian football. Here's another chance. I'll come back to that. And it just about evades the goal. Great keeping and defending once again to stop the fourth goal for TFC. What an opportunity. They've had so many of them in this second half, but they still haven't scored. And coming back to my point, the Northeast has been dominant in women's football, of course, with the Manipur side winning 23 Rajmata Jijabai Trophy titles in the women's nationals at the senior level. Absolutely fantastic. And so for the Northeast United, who are an ISL team in the men's game, to put up a women's side, I'm sure very quickly they will have success. But for now, it's just about growing slowly but surely. Another opportunity here. Pass is played through. Chance to shoot. Very good block by Rekha again. Aruna trying to take that shot. It was set up well by Anita. It speaks so much about the resilience from Northeast United. What about the attacking prowess that Tungabadra FC have shown? Relentlessly moving forward time and again in this second half. Some good moves, but the finishing can be better. Looking for a shot. That is a challenge from Albina, and she will get a yellow card. No, it's Anushka who will get a yellow card. Lots of the Manipur State League, or rather Manipur State players playing for the Indian national side. I might see a few of them play for Northeast United one day. 10 minutes to go. Chance for another free kick. Durga standing over it. Take a look at Sunita. She's on her line. Durga still going to go for it. And Sunita has learned a lesson, which is great to see because it's all about learning from your mistakes. and improving by the day, by the game, by the minute, and she's doing that. Rekha with the dink. It does find its way eventually to Nisha. She'll get a throw. There is space in the midfield for Almas. Plays it through. Nice little 1-2 around the corner. But Pooja will get it. Can she use a bit of her pace? No, she doesn't. Plays the ball through. It's a decent one. Pooja tries to win it back again, but she can't. Tungabadra FC will be looking to try and make it to the top two in this Group C. The fact that they've drawn with Mumbai Knights will give them a lot of confidence. But of course, Liberty Ladies and Sessa are the ones who probably will be the favourites. Haven't played them yet, but they could play them after gaining 4 points, which is always good to have. Points on the board. But Tungabadra FC are no pushover, that's for sure. Mumbai Knights watching on today. They had a break. Nicely done again by Aruna. Sets it up. She's moving well in that midfield. Here's Pooja around the corner. Not read well though by Doshmi. Another chance here for NorthEast to get their first goal. Pooja. Headed away, chance to shoot. Cleared off the line. Quite a few players on that goal line for Tungabadra FC. They don't want to concede no matter what. And here's a chance. Brilliant run. Skips past two players. Does Boya. Dasari Anita. She keeps going and she hits it straight into the keeper. Great save from Sunita. Boya gets it again. She has a pass if she wants to play it. She does. Chance to shoot. Straight to the hands of the keeper again. But Sunita pulls off two good saves. Made herself big in the first one, and the second one positioned herself well. Great stuff though from Anita. Then she set it up for Arshia, who had the whole of the left hand side, or the majority of it at least, but played it to the keeper. Lightning stuff from Anita. She has done well, but has done it all except score a goal today. Same can be said about Pooja. Here she is again. Does well to create another crossing opportunity, but well kept by the substitute, Vanilla, who didn't have much to do in this second half except to keep control of the clean sheet, which they have at the moment. Anita plays it through. Another chance with a better angle this time. And it will be a goal. It's the fourth of the game for Tungabadra FC. Boya Anita setting it up. And eventually we'll just find out
FC. Jersey number 7,
who finished it.
Susmita P.
And it's Susmita P, the number 7, getting number 4 for Tungabadra FC. And they're first of the second half, which goes to show how good Northeast United and Sunita Chetri have been in containing Tungabadra FC, who are coming to them with every possible attack. Here they are again, a nice little 1-2 round the corner. Marappa is stopped in her tracks. It is a good challenge by Nisha. That one will go out of play. Time for a throw in for Northeast United, very close to their corner flag. Nisha needs to clear. Pooja is there. Looks for Pooja, but there were two players around her. Roshmi plays it towards the left hand side. Keeper decides to come for it pretty late, but then gets there in time, which means she had a lot of it. Nice little cut inside, but then the pass intercepted. Mandala tries to win it back. She is an absolute menace to play against in the midfield. Look at that. Lost the ball, came in with two challenges, and finally got it away for a throw.
अब आइड का हाल है बोल
Just a couple of minutes plus added time to go. It's been a free-flowing second half, just like the first. Bit of a chance here for Doshmi. She skips aside the challenge and takes a shot. And it's just wide. It's almost Northeast United's first goal. But not to be.
हाँ
Big chance. And Doshmi, who has shown a bit of promise, finally taking on the player, and she's comfortable on her left foot. We've seen that already. Open up the angle well, but just couldn't nestle it into that far right corner. Good interception there by Pushpanjali, but the offside flag would have gone up. Doshmi has a bit of space again. She's been brought down by Durga. Could be a card. Hopefully she'll be fine, but it will be a card. Durga catching Doshmi pretty late there. So the second into the book today, the first for Tungabadra FC. So a bit of treatment, a bit of card brandish, and now it's time for a free kick.
Add-on time, 4 minutes.
Rekha takes a shot. It's just wide, and it was taken easily by the keeper anyway. They've got two good goalkeepers, do Tungabadra FC. Four minutes of added time. Can TFC get a fifth? Lovely ball played by Anita. Another shot from a distance. This time Sunita figures it out. Back to the drawing board, as I said, for both teams, but it's all about the experience that they're gaining. Tungabadra might have a chance though if they can pull off something against Sessa. Still going to be unbeaten at the end of their first two games. That's another strike. Sunita stays on her line and collects, and she has made countless saves. Maybe even 15. Let me get those stats to you soon after the game. She's had a really good game at the end of it all after getting chipped a couple of times. But she has come back really well. And if not for her, it could have been another huge scoreline. Here's Pooja, does well. Plays it inside. Chance to shoot. Shot has been taken and it was awkward. It almost bounced and spun away from Vanilla. Great work again by Pooja. I think it was Doshmi who took that shot. Two to play. Mandala plays it wide. Acres of space for Tungabadra FC. Goes for the nutmeg this time, and it is well dealt with. But still, they can cross it in. They do cross it in. Bit of a first touch. And now a second opportunity to cross towards the edge of the area. Mandala shoots. And then on the rebound, another opportunity. Brilliant catch taken by Sunita Chetri. And now she goes down injured again. She's in quite a bit of pain. I think fell on her right shoulder.
Coming. Okay.
Few more seconds to go if she can pull through.
पुरा रे 19. 3 मिनिट आवल्या.
Time for a change now. Pooja Pachi, who's played a fantastic game, will come off. And Durga Swargiari will come on. So Sunita will be able to continue the last few minutes. That's a poor one given away by Arshia. They want to keep a hold of their clean sheet. It will be the first in their history for TFC. Doshmi with the chase. But straight to Kaluvapalli. And that'll be full time, and that'll be the first 3 points in the history of Tungabhadra FC. Aside from Andhra Pradesh, have done themselves proud as they beat NorthEast United, who are still looking for their first point in their history, by 4-0. Strikes from the likes of Durga. And that will be that. Strikes from Durga, Anvita, Mandala and Shushmita getting it for Tungabadra FC. Their first win in their existence. NorthEast United still looking for their first points, but they have had a significant improvement from game 1 to game 2. And what a moment for the side from Andhra Pradesh. They've definitely done themselves proud. A quick greeting between the players. As we take a look at the highlights we kicked off here at the Sessa Academy ground. Tungabadra in the second half had a few chances. The star of the show was Sunita Chetri, who went down a few times because she was so involved. Few challenges here and there. Doshmi with the shot, which was saved. Both the keepers for Tungabadra doing well. Boya Anusha and the likes of Kaluvapalli. This was a great cross from Aruna but couldn't be met. And Rekha came in with some superb challenges. This was another great save from Sunita to stop the likes of Nandini, who didn't score today. Aruna missed another, which was set up pretty well. They had chances galore. This one, another great save to deny Nandini. Another good save from Sunita there. Once and then twice after the shot came in from Arshia Dhanapuram. And finally, Shushmita P, one of the substitutes, getting in and joining the party. Challenge there from Aruna, which put herself in the book. And that was full time. So that's all from us here at Goa. But before that, we'll take a look at the stats. 59% possession for Tungabadra, 30 shots, 17 on target, 10 shots for NorthEast United with the 41% possession. They got 6 shots on target, 11 saves. Take a bow, Sunita. She did really well. 6 saves, mostly corrections for the other two keepers. But a clean sheet, an important one for Tungabadra. 4 corners each, but Tungabadra making the most of it all. 1 yellow card and a few fouls in between here and there. 1 yellow card each for that matter. So that's how it ends here. Tungabadra FC win their first ever game in their history by defeating NorthEast United by 4-0 in the IWL 2. Lots of action coming for you. Tomorrow, Sesa take on NorthEast United. In fact, day after. And then the Mumbai Knights take on Liberty Ladies. My name's Liam. I'll join you for one of those very soon. But for now, this is us signing off. Thank you so much for watching.